friend of mine. He said I got to do the thing I do best before I lose my mind. I said, man, I ain't no guru. Who am I to say what's right or wrong? But it might help to shed a little light on the matter if we sing this song. We're happy doing what we're doing, happy doing it right, and we'll keep on doing what we're doing so long as the feeling is right. Told us about the morning and something about the rock and roll star. Yeah, well, I said to him, now you can't understand, and we don't even care if you do, 'cause we've got it tight and we're rocking here tonight, and we're hoping that it's rocking for you. Yeah, we're happy doing what we're doing, happy doing it right, and we'll keep on doing what we're doing so long as the feeling is right. Yeah, now. Woo-hoo.
We just wanted to say, hey, thank you so much for coming out to the first Tall Pines Revue here at Joe's Pub, our home away from home. We love our friends here, and we are so happy that you're here to celebrate music and comedy and you know,
whatever we're doing.
Yeah.
Whatever we're doing. Let's. Where are you going to stand? Oh, I didn't want to do that.
You did. Oh, you're on a two-step now?
We've been working on our two-step, but we're not going to try. No, not yet.
It's 2 minutes.
Maybe at the end. Let's hear it for DJ Todd-O-Phonic Todd, who was spinning some spins. Woo! Love it, love it. He's on FMU, if you don't know. He's definitely worth checking out. Yeah. How many of you all had been to the previous Tall Pines Revue at Jimmy's number 43? Nice, nice. So we have a thing that I want to just talk about real quick, and that's that we always think of this as a collaboration with the audience. And in Jimmy's, it was a sweaty little box, and this is a bit more expansive. So we just want to state that this is a collaboration with the audience. Y'all are in the band tonight, so yeah. And you did the right thing, because your instrument that you're going to be playing in this band is your energy and your enthusiasm, as shown through applause, laughter, these things. So we hope you guys have an excellent performance tonight and that you're inspired to do some of your best work in this band ever. We have a great show for you tonight. We have DJ Todd-O-Phonic Todd. We have Eric Ambel and Mary Lee Kortes. We have Lenny Kaye, a legend. We have the Tall Pines. And don't be afraid to laugh. Up next, starting the night off, is comedian Cliff Cash, who came up to be with us from North Carolina. And here he comes. Ladies and gentlemen, the Tall Pines Revue debut at Joe's Pub. Thanks for being here.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much. Happy Indictment Day, everybody. I mean it for different reasons. I'm like a huge Trump supporter, but I'm kidding. I love the people on the news. I can't believe he's being indicted. Like, yeah, me neither, buddy. I can't believe he's just now being indicted. The guy with over 4,000 lawsuits, 19 criminal investigations, 26 allegations of sexual misconduct, the guy that failed at Trump University, Trump steaks, Trump vodka, Trump neckties, Trump mortgage, Trump casinos, Trump airlines, and several other things. Trump, the guy that hired a literal Russian operative as his fucking campaign manager. Yeah, I can't believe he's getting busted up. That's crazy. Didn't see it coming at all. Man, it's wild. They're so surprised. I'm like, I'm surprised that you're surprised. I kind of saw the signs when I was 8, and the United States Department of Justice prosecuted him for denying housing to minorities. But, you know, whatever. Everybody's different. It's crazy to me. People, his followers, they have a hard time, like, wrapping their head around some of this stuff, you know? Like, they really struggle with the whole gender roles and people transitioning, you know? They really can't figure out the whole transgender concept. And I'm like, okay, let me explain it to you guys in a way that you can relate to, okay? Donald Trump was born a New Yorker, okay? But he clearly identifies as a Floridian, okay? I think that's the best way to do it, you know? I had a friend of mine the other day who was like, man, they just can't figure out these pronouns. I was like, have you seen them on Facebook, Jeff? They can't figure out there, and there. I knew they were gonna struggle with the pronouns. They can't navigate the prickly labyrinth of minefield of letters that is the literary conundrum there, you know? I knew pronouns is gonna be problematic. It's crazy, man. You guys, any Proud Boys in the crowd? What's going on here? This is my Super Bowl. Like him getting indicted is like your team winning the Super Bowl for me. This is the kind of shit I'm getting hammered tonight. Yeah. I smoked meth before I came up here, so I'm just different. All my friends, I'm like, it's like a guy thing. Like, oh, who's your team? Like, Democrats. If you're like, who's your favorite team? Who you rooting for in the Super Bowl? I was like, I don't even know who's playing. They're like, well, what do you like to watch? I'm like, the January 6th hearings, you know? Like, I can't even climax now unless somebody says there was no voter fraud, you know? Look, no matter where you fall on the political spectrum, can we all at least agree we need better names for our hate groups? Right? I mean, Oath Keepers, come on. First time I heard that, I was like, I was in that in junior high youth group. I'm pretty sure that's when you promise to not have sex until you get married. I was an Oath Keeper. Then they stormed the Capitol. I was like, nah, those guys are mad because they're all virgins. Of course they're worked up, you know? You guys seen the leader of the Oath Keepers? Stuart? He's very alpha. Yeah, I'm really alpha. I was like, okay, your name's Stuart, so. Listen, I don't have any beef with the name Stuart, but, you know, if you're a machine gun camouflage alpha pickup truck guy, like, well, I'm alpha. What's your name? Stuart. Okay, buddy. All right. Settle down, Stuart. Yeah. He's going to jail. He's going to prison for seditious conspiracy, which is an excellent, yeah. I just got to keep telling y'all the news and you'll cheer. I didn't come here to laugh, you son of a bitch. Tell me the news. It's going to be 68 and sunny tomorrow afternoon. Some of you are just unsure because I look like I might be a Proud Boy, you know? Like, yeah, he's a white southern husky guy with a beard. I don't know about him. He looks like an F-150 if it was a person. Stuart, the leader of the Oath Keepers, is going to prison. I Googled him because I want to see what he looked like. He's got an eye patch. You guys know that? Anybody seen him? I just assumed, since he's such a badass alpha, he probably lost that eye in battle. So I Googled it. Nope. He shot himself in the face. He shot himself accidentally in the eye. He shot his eye out. And then 2 million rednecks were like, that's a fella I want to lead me into the revolution right there. Fucking Ralphie from the Christmas Story. They got another group called the Proud Boys. I'm like, come on, guys. That's what I would have called you guys if I didn't know the name of your group, you know? I mean, look at these boys. Look how proud these boys are. Oh, you boys gonna overthrow the government with those nunchucks you got from the flea market with your pawpaw. You boys are so proud. You boys are gonna need some Capri Suns. You're gonna get thirsty from all that treason, you know? I wanna start my own antithesis to the Proud Boys. I wanna start a group like the liberal antithesis, you know? I wanna call it Union Soldiers. And our slogan's just gonna be, who's ready to lose again? I'm from the South. I'm not that kind of Southerner, but you know, a lot of people in the North have low opinions of the South, and I want to tell you guys, even the state that you think the worst of, it probably rhymes with Arida, but listen, even the states that you like the least, they're only going red by a point or two. We just need to try a little harder, you know? There's millions of progressive Southerners down there, and we're very frustrated. And it doesn't help that these TV networks are deliberately making shows to make us look bad. Have you seen these shows? It's all just camouflage and catfish. And we're like, we don't need that right now, please. You know? It's like, we don't need shows making the South look bad. That's what the news is for. Right? When's the last time you saw a smart Southerner get interviewed about a storm? Never. There's never a dude on the news like, well, I'll tell you what, brother, that tornado come over the horizon there, and it just obliterated our view of the foliage and everything. A lot of debris was loosened up because the velocity of the winds is really uncommon for a storm structure of this nature. I don't know how familiar you are with them, but the whole thing was really exacerbated by the level of precipitation that was coming down that evening, and we just felt fortunate to have extricated ourselves from the structure when we did, you know. And I tell you what, I do think the storm's going to be really detrimental to the community, but in the long run, I think you'll see a lot of synergy as the citizens pull together to rebuild. That never happens. That never happens. It's always this dude. He's like, well, that twister come over there, picked my washing machine up off front porch, put it right down through my trampoline. It damn near killed my dog. It knocked me plumb out. I woke up next morning. I was like, Misty, where's my Camaro? Fuck. There's one Southerner in here like, how does he know Daryl? I don't know. How does he know my cousin? This country's so divided right now. And it's not a north-south thing like it was back then. It's a city or rural thing. It's an educated and not thing. It's an anti-intellectualism thing. You know? But it's frustrating to see this happening. Because I do love this country. I do believe in us, despite our flaws, you know? I just want us to be nice to each other. People are still racist. We asked them not to. They're still doing it. It's very frustrating. You know? I see them on the news. They're like, this is a white country. Like, no, it's not, dog. Turns out every large city in the United States has a China inside of it. Yeah. I think you got mixed up. You should leave your road. You know, put a little extra gas in your four-wheeler. Go to another road. Have a look around. Like, we're the melting pot. It's our whole thing. You know, if you Google us, it's like in the top 5 things on our Wikipedia page. It's like Budweiser, hot dogs, titties, melting pot, you know? It's America. Like, it must be frustrating to be a white supremacist in the United States of America, the most ethnically and culturally diverse society in human history. Those dudes are just mad all the time. Can you imagine them in New York City? Just walking around, look at all these people having a good time being different than me. This is bullshit. I tell you how I think we can fight against racism in this country. I have common sense solutions, okay? Hear me out. This is a way that we can do it. It doesn't cost a lot of money, and I really, truly believe that it will work. We need to get white supremacists eating better food, okay? So you'd probably be a racist, too, if all you ever had was chicken tenders and Mountain Dew, you know? It gets old chewing on cigarette butts all the time, right? Give a white supremacist some chicken tikka masala. Watch his whole shit turn around. He's like, Shane, have you had tikka masala, dude? Holy shit, man, I love Indian people now. I thought I was racist. Turns out I was just hungry. It's one of my favorite things to do is to eat different kinds of food as I travel around the United States. And I like to think I'm relatively worldly. I've seen pretty much this entire country and several others. And I like to eat different ethnic food as I travel. It's one of my favorite things. I like to think that I'm like, you know, relatively cultured, but I'm still a redneck. I'm going to ask for ranch dressing. Don't make it weird, you know? Just bring it out. People got to be so awkward about it. I was at an Indian restaurant the other day. I was like, hey, excuse me, brother. Can I get some ranch dressing? He's like, we don't have ranch dressing. I was like, okay, what was that? I was just dipping my garlic naan in. He's like, it's raita. It's a yogurt, carrot, cucumber-based pepper. I was like, okay, it's Greek ranch. Go ahead and bring it out. So I was going to drink it, so maybe put it in a pint glass. Right? Every culture has ranch. They just call it something different. Greek restaurant, tzatziki sauce. That's Greek ranch. Bring it out. I need it for my french fries. Japanese restaurant, yum-yum sauce, white sauce, shrimp sauce. I don't give a shit what you call it. I call it Japanese ranch. Pour it in my onion volcano. Let's get this party started. And flip me another shrimp, dog. I'm going to catch it this time. You know those hibachi cooks just go home at the end of the night like, oh, honey, you would not believe this one dumb bastard. I hit him in the face with 22 pieces of shrimp. He didn't catch a single one, and then I peed in his mouth with a little sake bottle with a boy shaving. Yeah, okay. It's fine. I think another common sense way we could fight against racism is we got to beef up our foreign language programs in the schools, you know? And listen, I'm not saying anything crazy, because I say that in some parts of the United States, and people will get upset. Just from that sentence. Somebody will stand up in the back like, I don't want them doing any more learning. You know, people get mad. Let me clarify. I'm not talking about like paying teachers more or anything crazy like that. I'm not a communist. I know 29.5's plenty to live on. I'm not talking about more books. I know that's the problem. I'm just saying teach the kids really common words correctly, you know? If you're learning Spanish, great. Learn all the numbers and colors and foods. But let's focus on those words you're going to use the most. It's hard to be a racist when you're saying shit right. Right? Nobody's ever been like, dude, I'm going to go to a Klan meeting as soon as I finish this quesadilla. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. Not once has anybody ever said, I wish all these damn Latinos would get out of Los Angeles. You know what I mean? Like, you can't. It's hard to say it correctly and also be a racist. Well, guys, thank you so much for having me. Thanks for coming out and supporting live comedy. I love it if you keep in touch with me. My name is Cliff Cash, and I'm at Cliff Cash Comedy on all the apps. So please keep in touch with me and say hello. I love you. Have a great night.
What? Hey, what? Oh, let's hear it for Cliff Cash. You know, that's the most I've heard anyone actually try to explain how to fix some of the problems that we're dealing with. So, right on. It's a start. Thank you. Thank you. We have another guest you'll be glad to know. As this is the Tall Pines Revue, we will be having multiple guests throughout the evening. Our next guest is the fantastic Mary Lee Kortes and Eric Roscoe Ambel. Look out, here they come.
You gotta love a little comedy, right? You having a good time yet? It's kind of an obligatory question from the performer to the audience. But we always get a positive reaction. So that's why we keep doing it, I guess.
Let me see.
Do we have any Yahoos fans here? We're gonna start with a Yahoos tune.
Hi, folks. Very excited to be here. Okay. This is a song that I made up myself. Well, you know, I swore I'd love you for all time. And sometimes I just can't believe you're mine. But every now and then I'm ready to say when. Oh, baby, I love you. Just leave me the fuck alone. Oh, in your arms is where I long to stay. But something deep inside says not today. Well, I'll be sitting here working on this beer. Oh, baby, I love you. Just leave me the fuck alone. Well, I try so hard each day to make things go our way. There's nothing left to say for tonight. So for a couple of days, I won't be coming round. I'm gonna go get lost. I think I might skip town. Well, now I don't mean to pound, but you play wore me out. Oh, baby, I love you. Just leave me the fuck alone. Thank you so much, friends. Mary Lee's going to put on her guitar.
Mary Lee has put on her guitar. I have to say, I just love that song. I don't know who inspired it. And I want you to know, I'm bragging here, I'm not the only one who loves this song, but The Rock loves this song. He actually, during lockdown, posted a whole video of himself singing along with my husband to Baby I Love You But Leave Me the Fuck Alone. You can verify this for yourselves. So this is a different kind of love song, a little bit more traditional, I guess. Thank you so much. We love it here. That is a song I wrote. It's on the Mary Lee's Corvette album, 700 Miles. So Eric wrote the first song. I wrote the second song. Somebody else wrote the third song. I think you're going to figure it out pretty fast. Early one morning, the sun was shining. I was laying in bed, wondering if she changed it all, if her hair was still red. Her folks, they said our lives together sure was gonna be rough. They never did like Mama's homemade dress, and Papa's big book wasn't big enough. Well, I was standing on the side of the road, rain falling on my shoes, heading out for the East Coast. Lord knows I paid some dues to get through. Tangled up in blue. She was married when we first met, soon to be divorced. I helped her out of the jam, I guess, but I used a little too much force. We drove that car as far as we could, abandon it out west. Split up on a dark, sad night, both agreeing it was best. Well, she turned around to look at me as I was walking away. I heard her say over my shoulder, we'll meet again someday on the avenue. Tangled up in I had a job in the great North Woods, working as a cook for a spell, and I never did like it all that much, and one day the axe just fell. So I drifted down to New Orleans, where I was lucky enough to be employed. I worked for a while on a fishing boat right outside of Delacroix, and all the while I was alone, the past was close behind. I seen a lot of women, but she never escaped my mind, and I just grew tangled up in blue. She was working in a topless place. I stopped in for a beer. I just kept staring at the side of her face in the spotlight so clear. And later on, when the crowd thinned out, I was just about to do the same. She was standing there in back of my chair. She said to me, "Don't I know your name?" I muttered something underneath my breath. She studied the lines of my face. I must admit, it felt a little uneasy when she bent down to tie the laces of my shoes. Tangled up in blue. I worked for them on Montague Street, in a basement down the stairs. There was music in the cafes at night and revolution in the air. Then he started into dealing with slaves, and something inside of him died. She had to sell everything she owned and froze up inside. And when finally the bottom fell out and I became withdrawn, the only thing I knew how to do was to keep on keeping on like a bird that flew, tangled up in Well, now I'm going back again. I got to get to her somehow. All of those
people we used to know, they're an illusion to me now. Some are mathematicians, some are carpenters' wives. I don't know how it all got started. I don't know what they're doing with their lives. And me, I'm still on the road, headed for another joint. We always didn't feel the same, we just saw it from a different point of view. Tangled in blue. Thank you so very much. We'll see you later.
How's the Tall Pines Revue Joe's Pub debut going so far? Is this your best performance as a collaborative audience? It's pretty good, pretty good. All right, all right. Hey, wow, let's hear it one more time for Mary Lee Kortes and Eric Roscoe Ambel. That was great. You know, she wrote a book about, I don't know if y'all know this, about people, she collected dreams that people had with Bob Dylan in their dreams. And she put this book out. And it's awesome. It's super fun. It's like a great, you know, flip through it and just pick a story, and they're all really entertaining. Which brings me to the point that we will be having a merch booth out there where we will be having all sorts of cool things. Mary Lee has her book and a record she did. The Tall Pines brought some t-shirts and some vinyl. And I will tell you, the first 5 people who buy a Tall Pines t-shirt will get a vinyl 7-inch single of Boogie, which is a song that we do. So there's that. And also at the merch booth will be Lenny Kaye selling his book, Lightning Striking. Let's hear it for Lenny Kaye. Everyone here should know Lenny Kaye. If you don't, you should just secretly Google him. Because here he is, ladies and gentlemen, Lenny Kaye.
Thank you. It's great to be among the Tall Pines. I feel like I'm in the Pacific Northwest tonight. It's great to be here, though. I love the people on here. Mary Lee, Eric, a great comedian, man. He had me laughing backstage, almost pissed my pants. All right, 6 years of hard work went into this. Really proud of this book, 10 transformative moments in rock and roll. I got to visit some of those space and times that changed the music that we love and immerse myself in it and tell the stories of all the wacky characters and how they came together. And to be honest, I really enjoyed it, and it's pretty cheap. I scribed all the ones out there, but if you'd like it personally inscribed, I'll go out there after the show and make it out to you or your loved one. I'd like to read a bit from the introduction. I was born with rock and roll. One of my earliest memories is hearing Little Richard's Tutti Frutti over the radio in our Brooklyn apartment, rolling on the floor in uncontrollable laughter and joy in its infectious, unbridled release and madness. I grew up with rock and roll. The music marks each stage of my awareness, a life lived in parallel with its intimations of immortality. It has charged and channeled the way I perceive and understand the world about me, continuously renewing vows taken at the junction where the spark of a vibrating guitar string jumps the gap to a magnetic pickup and becomes electricity. I grow old with rock and roll, traversing its leap to faith over a lifetime spent in quest of Spinal Tap's mystical 11, turning it uppermost. The odds of being struck by lightning are 300,000 to 1. I think that's an underestimate. I've been struck by lightning many a time, many a place. What was it like? It had to be of there, to play your part, going somewhere as it meets arrival, crossing the porous border between past and future, when music is remade in its own image. By then, everyone is bemoaning, should have been here when it was only spending the night at the local, cold beer, importuning, watching who cavorts in front of you. At the Cavern, the Grande, CBGB, the Roxy, other stations of my particular cross to bear. My route chosen, or did my route choose me when I grew up, when I came of age, race, religion, gender, my fault lines and high times, the reveal of who I'd be. Definitions define limit, Mayo of the Red Crayola taught me on the Parable of Arable Land. In 1967, all my yet ahead. I identify rock and roll when asked, but that's just ancestry. I sing all kinds, as Elvis will say in a couple of pages. You making a loud noise in the night, a strobe of incandescent bolt. Count the seconds from flash to thunder. That's how long it takes. And then the storm. Lightning to be filled with light. Thanks a lot. I love books. I remember in the 3rd grade, me and my buddy Richard over at junior high school, 246 near Flatbush Avenue, we'd meet up for lunch and we'd say, let's talk about books. So I love them, and I'm glad to have the literary gene amongst my musical ones. This is a song about those very books. Open up the pages, looking inside all the worlds of wonder that therein reside. Character and counterplot, chapter, verse, forget-me-not, a twice-told tale that we tell ourselves. Gather round the fire, getting warm and tight, as we read together on this World Book Night. One word and another till light. Reading together on World Book Night. Books about the future, books about the past, books to make you remember when you read them last. Books for summer breezing by the beach or the sea. Books to make you marvel at life's mystery. There's picture books for coffee tables, paperback tracks for planes, biographs and demographs and monographs, and some for laughs, and some you have to study, and books that are so rare, and books you give to someone to show how much you care, and books that tell you who you are and who you want to be, books to make you remember all the ways that we're free. Gather around the fire, getting warm and tight, as we read together on this World Book Night. One word and another till light. Reading together on World Book Night. Words have power, that's what they say. A library living on long past today. And somewhere there's a reader, well, you never know who reads these words as these words read you. Gather around the fire, getting warm and tight, as we read together on this World Book Night. One word and another till light. Reading together on World Book Night. One word and another 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 and another. Reading together on World Book Night. Yeah. Patronize your local bookstore. There's a really great chapter about New York in this. I don't know why. Couldn't be I lived here. I mean, the greatest thing was I was always into these scenes. When I was a kid, I had a Fillmore poster on my wall in New Jersey, and all I wanted to do was go to the Fillmore Ballroom and the Avalon Ballroom and to smoke pot on Haight-Ashbury Street. And I did. And it changed my life. I'm still a hippie, man. And I've also lived to see marijuana legalized. Fucking hey. Jesus. Next I'll be able to see that love will save the world. Anyway, my favorite group of all time is the Velvet Underground. And even though the New York City chapter is mostly about the rise and all the people at CBGB's, including bands that I happen to be in, and television and the Ramones and all those, you know, a great scene. This is all about great scenes. I thought I would do a little talking about the Velvet Underground. In June 1970, the Velvet Underground began a residency in Max's Kansas City, a watering hole for the arts crowd that orbits Andy Warhol, screen testing in a tiny back room on Park Avenue South, lit by Dan Flavin's red neon light sculpture, red tablecloths, red lobsters, a suffusion of infra. It will be the group's last stand, though. Nobody suspects it when the Velvets begin what is intended as a 2-week residency upstairs, where the owner, Mickey Ruskin, usually seats tourists who come for the steak and stay for the chickpeas. Wednesday through Sunday, June 24th, 28th, and July 1 through 5. This is their first New York appearance in 3 years and will be extended through the summer. The group is making an album uptown, their fourth, and the first for Atlantic Records, the one that's supposed to be loaded with hits, their pop album. But then all their albums are pop in retrospect. Lou realizes that you have to sing songs in your head first, and then you're hooked. Addiction, perversion, salvation. It's one and the same to him. Each album set apart in tone and texture, a fateful quartet, consistent in shape-shifting. The Velvet Underground will mirror Lou as he once mirrored Nico. Be your mirror. Now they've come for closure. A floor above Max's back room, once removed. Lou looks out at the crowd and realizes he's seen this movie before, plying his songs in a hideaway to those who know him too well. As for me, I'm just getting to have a no. A Velvet's friendly rock writer invited upstairs by Danny Fields, given the secret handshake. Lou and I talk about doo-wop records and pre-code EC comics like Crypt of Terror and Haunt of Fear, Harmony and Horror. There's 2 sets a night, the second one for dancing. Sometimes it's the new songs, Sweet Jane or Rock and Roll, and sometimes one of their canon will keep unwinding, the nodding trance of heroin or Some Kind of Love as bodies flail in time. I find myself dancing to the Velvet Underground, as I always will. So I'd like to sing a Lou song. I've been set free and I've been bound to the memories of yesterday's clowns. I've been set free and I've been bound, and now I'm set free. I'm set free. I'm set free to find a new illusion. I've been blinded, but now I can see what in the world, baby, has happened to me. The Prince of Stories, he walks right by me, and now I'm set free. I'm set free. I'm set free to find a new illusion. I've been blinded and I've been bound. Just let me tell you, people, what it is I have found. I saw my head laughing, rolling on the ground, and now I set free. I'm set free. I'm set free to find a new illusion. Lou Reed. So great, right? I mean, Lou, you know, I've done a bunch of tributes to Lou. You know, they play like 15, 20 songs. Even the ones from the albums that you thought, oh my God, what is this? You know, they're all great. He's such a hookster. I have one more little sequence. This is from what I called the afterword, aftermath. You know, I got an introduction, afterword, okay. Anyway, I would, you know, recommend this book. I have to say, I can't help it. You know, you spend all this time, you never think it's going to be there. You know, you're smoking pot like crazy. You know, the WD-40 for the mind. Anyway, I never thought it would turn out like this. Traversing the world with my one pickup Stratocaster, the middle. Unlocking how records are made and unmade, seeing tendrils of influence flow from work I've done as I was guided by those who pointed me in a right or wrong direction, then left me to figure it out on my own. I couldn't ask for more. If I'd have known that more than 5 decades later, I'd still be playing, a too perfect word capturing the quality time spent translating an instrument's second language, I'd have learned to read music. Applied myself more diligently to scales and modes, theorized, memorized, got my shit together. Not be lazy or shy or full of myself, wary of stepping too close to the edge or not far enough. You learn what you need to know. There's no tougher sensei than yourself. It's like reading backward in a mirror, understanding in reverse. So by the time you get to the end of the song or the show, you've unraveled the music, not just as performer, but listener and appreciator. Back at you, hand in hand. It takes two to tango, as Patti sings. People think it's reveling in the crowd's pleasure, the hand claps and catcalls for a favored B-side, as well in getting paid at the end of the night. I do like to get paid because I am a professional, a third-generation member of Local 802 AFM, though my motto is, if I play for free, I play for me. When the crowd yells enough that I don't feel alone, when we're having a wild togetherness, when it's the late show, always the great show, that's where the when kicks in. It's easy to unbalance. Space and time, sex and drugs, rock and roll squared. I can't say I'm immune to temptation. Around since the seductive lure of the sirens. Seductive lure of the sirens. But to steer clear of shipwreck, lashed to the mast. Like Odysseus is a reminder to keep my eye on destination, to turn their song into a repeat chorus, to realize that no matter how long the party goes on, you have to head home and do your work. My motivational speech. To be there, not admire there, that's the trickster of music. Before 100,000 festival goers at Glastonbury, when the Dalai Lama comes on stage to be sung Happy Birthday and drapes a white silk scarf around my neck. Looking out at Carnegie Hall or Central Park, or the mountains of Fuji Rock, or 20 hardy late-nighters at Tom Clark's treehouse on Avenue A, making it up as we go along. Doesn't matter. To send one song into the cosmos, to experience music in the instant it is made. That's why I do it. It's my blessing to wake each morning with music on my mind, to listen to the last record I bought, follow a tributary to its source, to sit at the Quertuio and fold that experience into words, to turn on the radio and spin the dial until something strikes my fancy, tune my guitar to see what magically appears beneath my fingers, to imagine the song that has wiggled into my subconscious and bring it to the surface, one chord at a time. To be music, what I do, doobie-doobie-doo. I'd like to close out with a song dedicated to all the collectors in the audience. You know who you are. And when you're on eBay tonight at 4 o'clock in the morning, drunk, and you're like, I don't know, another $10, fuck that. You're bidding against me, remember, so stop. Because I'm drunker than you. And what do you do with that stuff? Especially when you get to a certain age like you do and your daughter calls you up and said, Dad, we get rid of all of that because it's all going in the dumpster. Sure. I bet you Pete Fornatel would like to. All right, anyway. Sooner or later, we're all gonna find that we've made it to the end of the line. It gets heavier. It gets heavier every mountain you climb. It's the things you leave behind. It's been one of those years when people keep passing into the past, but you're still here, gonna pick up the pieces of your life and theirs. Who gets what and why? We all cart around a whole lot of baggage that would better be left by the side of the road. Books and records and old clothes and photos carry a heavy load. So sooner or later we're all gonna find that we've made it to the end of the line. It gets heavier every mountain you climb. It's the things you leave behind. Unfinished business often bears witness to the best of intentions for cleaning it up. I'm gonna get to it one day or another before it gets too much. Now I like to forage in somebody's storage as much as the next guy, but you gotta expect that what you find and pass along will keep on keeping on and on. So sooner or later we're all gonna find that we've made it to the end of the line. It gets heavier every mountain you climb. It's the things you leave behind. Now my friend Jim, he packed it all in to a 12x4 storage space. Boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes, all neatly piled and tucked in place. Now, I've got an attic and you've got a basement. Put it together, and what do you see? Well, a piece of you and a piece of me. Moving on to antiquity. So sooner or later we're all gonna find that we've made it to the end of the line. It's all there to remind and rewind. It's the things you leave behind, and it's the friends you leave behind, and it's the songs you leave behind, and it's the shit you leave behind. It's the love you leave behind. It's the things you leave behind. Yeah. Thank you so much. Hi. I should go out more. Whoa. I'd like to do my new direction now. It's called Jazz Odyssey. It's my real pleasure to introduce the stars of the show. I have to say, I didn't go see him at that wacky place on East 7th Street while they were doing it. Jimmy's, though I have to spend a couple wild nights there listening to Cherokee for hours. That's an in-group jazz joke. Anyway, they're really great people. They invited me. I didn't quite know what this was, but all my friends were on the bill, Todd-O-Phonic, Mary Lee, and Eric. And so it's my great privilege and honor to introduce the Revue who gets it to you. Yeah, here are the Tall Pines.
While we get set up, let's hear it one more time for Lenny Kaye.
Thank you for being here, everybody. This really means like so much to us. We're excited to rock for you. Are you with me?
I just want to make sure this amplifier is on.
Can't do it without you.
Very pro.
Tell me when you're ready.
Yes, ma'am. There's a fire in my bones. Fire. There's a fire in my bones. I came up from Chattahoochee with my Bible in my hand. Hip flask full of whiskey, my blood hot as burning sand. People say I'm crazy, but I don't care what they say. It's the same ones I feel bad for every minute of the day. Yay! Fire! There's a fire in my bones. There's a fire in my bones.
Tonight I'm gonna love you like a man out on parole. A sailor in the city, an escapee from death row. I'll be coming for you, baby, 'cause I just can't keep away. It's the same ones I feel bad for every minute of the day.
I ain't looking for trouble, but I find it all the time. I love the good Lord Jesus, but there's sinning on my mind. My heart will always struggle, 'cause it cannot be denied. Denied. There's a fire in my bones. Fire. There's a fire in my bones. Fire. fire in my bones.
Thank you. One, two, three, four. Here comes that handsome boy in his tight blue jeans. Got the kind of smile makes me feel obscene. But no, don't worry, baby. Tonight it ain't him, it's you. Cause you know my eyes may wander, but my heart is always true. Yeah. Drove into town this weekend and the boys all look so fine. It's enough to give you whiplash the way they keep strutting by. But they're just like candy, baby. When it comes to love, it's only you. It's true. Cause you know my eyes may wander, but my heart is always true. A guitar. Here comes that skinny rocker boy. His hair is just too cute. That King Kurt Casanova in his tailor three-piece suit. That cowboy on his motorbike. Well, he's looking real good too. Cause you know my eyes may wander, but my heart is always true. Yeah. Said you know my eyes may wander, but my heart is always true. Know my eyes may wander, but my heart is always true. Thank you.
Bring your guitar, six-pack of beer. Put the word out, everybody showing up here. Put on your dancing shoes, bring your favorite friends. Here's where it starts, who knows where it ends? Yeah, we're gonna boogie in the morning, boogie in the evening, boogie when the sun goes down. Gonna boogie by the firelight, boogie after midnight, boogie till the sunlight come back around. Yeah. All right.
Living ain't easy, still some folks make it hard. Don't look at the mess in their own backyard. Keep talking trash about the way that we do, but I believe deep down they wanna boogie too.
We gonna boogie in the morning, boogie in the evening, boogie when the sun goes down. Gonna boogie by firelight, boogie after midnight, boogie till the sunlight come back around. All right. If it don't make no money, is it a waste of time? And if it makes you happy, is that a waste of time? And if it makes them angry, just love them all the time. Nothing in this world can show you strong like being kind. Gonna boogie in the morning, boogie in the evening, boogie when the sun goes down. Gonna boogie by firelight, boogie after midnight, boogie till the sunlight come back around. Gonna boogie in the morning, boogie in the evening, boogie when the sun goes down. Gonna boogie by the firelight, boogie after midnight, boogie till the sunlight come back around. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, please welcome these two beauties.
Yeah.
Our dear friends, Katia Floreska and Julia Joseph. And Jeremy Chatzky on bass. These people are we love them so much.
Yeah.
And we're honored that they will. Yes.
Yeah.
One big happy family.
Yeah. Yeah. Say when.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Jump up, sister, get on out of your grave. Tonight we go
here's a question. How do y'all feel about us trying out some new songs? Because we've been playing these songs that we put out, but we haven't played any songs that we haven't put out. See what I'm saying? But we did write some songs that we just recorded, and we do put out.
One, two, three, four. I've been working harder than a red-hot engine, like an old locomotive need to let off some steam. See, I was raised with a switch and a Bible, walk the straight and narrow's what they say to me. But there ain't nothing wrong with a little liquor. There ain't nothing wrong with a little weed. There ain't nothing wrong with a whole lot of loving when I'm with you and you're with me. Satisfaction is guaranteed. I've been living easy since I stopped my thinking about what other people just might think of me. There's always some new fool who's gonna try and sell you on some old idea they couldn't give away for free. But there ain't nothing wrong with a little liquor. There ain't nothing wrong with a little weed. There ain't nothing wrong with a whole lot of loving when I'm with you and you're with me. Satisfaction is guaranteed. That's right. Woo! Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, ooh, Ain't nothing wrong with a little liquor. There ain't nothing wrong with a little weed. There ain't nothing wrong with a whole lot of loving when I'm with you and you're with me. Satisfaction is guaranteed. That's right. Come on now, let's ride. I'm with you and you're with me. Satisfaction is guaranteed. Satisfaction is guaranteed. Thank you.
It's a new one. Is it a keeper? Oh. The feeling is mutual. Let's try out another new one. How do y'all feel about that? This song is, you know, sometimes some of us remember what it was like to see somebody in a crowded bar and be like, boom, my heart explodes. Love at first sight. But now, I don't know that exists, because everybody kind of falls in love through their phone. Phone is like, it's like the chaperone proxy. It's like the ultimate matchmaker. And I don't know, is that lost? No? Good. Glad to hear it.
Good.
I've been in love for a long time, so I don't know how people are falling in love these days.
That's right.
So, but this song's about, boom.
Help me. Trunk of its car. I was just minding my own business, sitting at the end of the bar. Won't somebody rescue me? Pay my ransom, please. Those eyes, those lips, that smile, that voice got me dizzy down between my knees. Help me. Abducted by love. Help me. I've been abducted by love. Someone getting even for something I've done. Now I'm a victim of the cruelest crime. Oh, no, 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 not right now. This always happens at the most inconvenient time. Help me. I've been abducted by love. Help me. I've been abducted by love.
But is it a keeper?
We, on last Friday, we just finished mixing our new record. Let's see, how many? 9 new songs? 9 new songs, yeah. So, yeah, we're really excited. You know, it's always a labor of love.
That it is.
Yeah.
Here's some things. Here's a thing. You know, we're getting into this place where things, we're back. Nobody wants to think about not being back. It's like we're doing stuff. People are going out. You're here, right? We're here. Thanks for being here. But, there was a period where we were all tucked away. We all got sent to jail a little bit. So, question is, I know that when I was tucked away, I started ordering some very strange things on the internet. Anybody else do this? Anybody start collecting Hummels or some old, Star Trek memorabilia, anything? No, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, I got into this one thing that's terrible. I can't even endorse it. I'm kind of reluctant. I mean, everything about it is so wrong. So wrong. So wrong. But I was looking on eBay, and I really like short fiction. And I found the paperback book of compiled short stories from Easy Rider magazine, the outlaw biker magazine in the 70s. But the paperbacks were like $200 for a paperback. I mean, obviously they're collector's items. And I realized that I could get a whole year of Easy Rider magazine, 1978, 79, 80, and 81, for like, $35 for the whole thing. And I do not endorse this magazine. That's not my politics or anything at all. Believe me. Let me say that loud and clear. But I was tempted to read the short fiction because I found out that it was written largely by bikers who were in jail, and Easy Rider would publish their short stories because they wanted to support their bros in the big house. So I read this story, and they kind of started resonating with me because they're written by people in jail, and I'm like tucked away, also kind of in jail, and they're longing for the open road, and they want to go out and have adventures, but they're in jail. And I'm like, I get that. I'm feeling that. So I start reading this one story, right? And they're all about freedom. I got nothing wrong, I'm all for freedom, but they're all about freedom. It's important how you use it. And this one short story, I was kind of moved by it. It was about this biker, and he's an older guy, and he's something's wrong. He's got a disease, and he decides he's gonna kill himself. Whole story is him sitting at the bar, thinking about how he's gonna go out. He's gonna leave that bar and he's gonna go kill himself. But he brought some stuff. He brought a piece of paper, an envelope, and a stamp, and he started writing to his mama, the woman who he had 2 children with. And he loved her, but he never told her that he loved her. Never told her that he loved her. Couldn't really do that because he was tough and he was free. But, it's too free and too tough to tell the woman that he had 2 kids with that he loved her. So he decides to put it in this letter, and he writes it, and he gives it to the bartender, and he's like, yeah, mail that for me, man. Starts heading toward the door, and turns around at the end of the story, goes back, snatches it from the bartender, rips it to shreds, because he's tough, and he's free, and he goes and kills himself anyway. And I thought, talk about toxic. If you're so free and tough that you can't tell somebody that you love them, you are not free or tough at all. So I wrote a song from the point of view of a biker who's madly in love with this woman, and he's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna tell her I love her all the time. Because after I read that story, I wanted to write that. This song's called Dirty Rose.
1, 2, 3, 4.
She came out of a red dirt town, left her mama in their double wide. Down in those parts, even the breeze smelled southern fried. Gunning her back in the night out on 85. She was going where the boys are half crazy and the women are 10 times as wild. Yeah. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. out at the bonfire boogie in the woods down by the riverside. She was selling that shit, got me lit up like the 4th of July. Next thing I know, we're talking real low, laying down where the grass is high. Caught between the headlights and the moonlight, I was holding her hand in mine, yeah. I love you, dirty rose. I love you, dirty rose. They say that nothing lasts forever, man, but what do they know? She's on my mind all the time. I love you, dirty rose. I love you, dirty rose. I love you, dirty rose. I love you, dirty
Thank you.
Keeper? All right. Man, tell the people you love them. That's it. No, you don't just, no. She's like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, that's on you. We got some thankses, and we got one more big thing we want to do, but first we're gonna thank some people. Am I getting ahead of myself? Yes or no?
Yes.
What do we have else to do? Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. So we'd like to thank John Shriver on sound tonight. We'd like to thank Tyler on lights tonight. We'd like to thank Jake, who is helping us out backstage from Joe's Pub. We'd like to thank Evelyn from management, who's helping out as well. We would like to thank Jeremy Chatzky, Julia Joseph, Katia Floreska. We would like to thank all of our special guests, Lenny Kaye, Eric Ambel, Mary Lee Kortes, comedian Cliff Cash, and DJ Todd-O-Phonic Todd, who will be spinning songs at the end of this show. Should we invite everyone on stage?
Let's do it. Yeah.
Is everyone hanging out back there, or does someone have to send out the patrol? What? OMG. I think it's the time in the show where we all sing a song together.
Share your microphone, babe.
Absolutely.
Thank you for being here. This is the Tall Pines Revue, Joe's Pub debut, edition number 1.
Thank you, Tall Pines.
Sure enough.
1, 2, 3, 4.
wanna testify what your love has done for me. I just wanna testify what your love has done for me.
It for me a mighty long way, a mighty long way, a mighty long way. Once I was a hollow man, my life was incomplete, yeah. I was down so doggone low, had to look up at my feet. Woo!
Well, I heard so many times before that your love can be so very, very bad. I just wanna tell you, friends, it's the best love I ever had. I just wanna testify what your love has done for me. I just wanna testify what your love has done for me. I just wanna testify what your love has done for me. Just wanna testify what your love has done for me.
Ooh, luscious, the show been delicious to me.
Sure been delicious to me. I wanna testify what your love has done for me. Love has done for me. Yeah. Just wanna testify what your love has done for me. Love has done for me. Yeah. Just wanna testify what your love has done. What your love has done. Just wanna testify what your love has done for me. Just wanna testify what your love has done for me. I just wanna testify. Just wanna testify what your love has done for me. It's done for me. I just wanna testify what your love has done for me.
Tall Pines Revue.
Thank you all. I think our
Happy
big
indictment,
band has worked out pretty well. You all played your instrument excellently. We've been notified that we can add one more show. The idea here is if we do this and it does well, we might do more. So we haven't announced all the details yet, but the tickets are available without details May 25th. So if you had fun tonight, come on back May 25th. Different guests, all exciting. Tall Pines Revue will be back May 25th. Have a great night. Y'all have been wonderful. Thank you so much. We'll see you outside.